Directory has been brought up. I will request the Honourable Minister, Union Minister Shri Pralhad Joshi, to kindly release the Exhibitors Directory. Ladies and gentlemen, the Exhibitors Directory gives us a comprehensive overview of the various exhibitors putting in their stalls and displaying their products during this edition of IMS India Manufacturing Show 2025. The directory is an important document for all of us, as you are all aware, that this gives us a comprehensive insight into what each organization is up to and what they can make, and so it will help the fellow industries to collaborate and join hands with them towards a strong and better future. Let's give a round of applause for the release of the exhibitors. Thank you very much. I now request the Honourable Minister of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution and New and Renewable Energy, Government of India, Shri Pralhad Joshi, to address all of us. Bandhugale Swagat se Shri Pralhad Joshi.
Hello, Namaskar. Actually, I wanted to start with good morning. Now it has become good afternoon. So I hope you're all even still having patience to listen my speech also. So for the last more than 2 hours, we are hearing now. So I do not want to take much of your time immediately on the dais. This is the 7th edition of the IMS, India's Manufacturing Show, under the Udyog Bharati. So in last at least from 2018 onwards, myself and Rajnath Singh, we are permanent guests, and only others are changing. So, but because of the elections and some other pressure, sometimes I am here, sometimes Rajnath ji was here, and today also, in fact, Rajnath ji is in Bihar election, and I also had some commitment, but Rajnath ji told me that since I am not going, you have to go. That was his direction to me. I am here. So these stalwarts are spoken. I do not want to say much of things now here. See, the question of India's technology, India's manufacturing capacity, भारत का जो क्षमता है, क्षमता के बारे में, टेक्नोलॉजिकल क्षमता के बारे में, टेक्नोलॉजिकल के नो-हाउ के बारे में previous speakers उन्होंने जिक्र किया है. The problem was the post-independent, the total policy makers, they themselves under confused, and they confused the country also. Because whether we have to manufacture here, private लोग मैन्युफैक्चर करना चाहिए, नहीं करना चाहिए, करने तो क्या होगा, पैसा कौन कमाएगा, उसके लिए क्या बोलेंगे, ये कंफ्यूजन में देश इतना पीछे चल गया मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में. See, I can tell you one example of my work. My father got retired, Papa, in 1984. He was a railway employee. Before he could retire, he had purchased one small plot site of 650 square feet. Then he told me, I was studying LLB at that time, he told me, LLB का कॉलेज तो सुबह रहता है, दोपहर में जाके इसका कंस्ट्रक्शन करो. So then I said, okay. तो एक सीमेंट लेने के लिए, कोटा लेने के लिए सारे दिन क्यू में उनको रखना. We used to stand in queue for the entire day in the queue. So when I became Mines Minister, I was just trying to recollect that. हमारे पास इतना लाइमस्टोन है, तो इतना क्षमता है, why it was happening so? But there was no answer. So what is the change has been brought in last 11 years is the industry, business or traders, we don't consider. अगर उनके बारे में बात करना है तो एक तरफ गरीब के खिलाफ उनके तरफ बात करना है तो एक तरफ गरीब के खिलाफ बात करना, ऐसे माहौल कर खड़ा करके रखा था. The change is the perfect approach of this government without any ambiguity is we should support industry, we should support business, we should support small traders, we should support small industries, and by that we should get revenue, and because of that revenue, by that revenue we should service to the people of the poor people of this country. This is the clear idea of this government. तो इसलिए पहली बार इस देश में the first time on the floor of the house we have thanked the taxpayer, income taxpayer, first time in the history of independent India, that I hope you all appreciate and you all know that. So keeping that in mind, so from technology, and whenever the opportunity is given, what achievement India has made from cryogenic engines to many things, what India has done, what India has achieved. Say, ISRO chairman was speaking. The private participation in ISRO, it was never imagined. Means private, in the space sector, private participation was never imagined. But that is being done, they are facilitating. And yesterday they successfully launched Bahubali. एंड जितने खर्चा में हम बाहुबली या ऐसे कई इसको लॉन्च कर रहे हैं, इवन समटाइम्स फ्रॉम ट्रैवलिंग फ्रॉम एयरपोर्ट टू दिस प्लेस इट इज मोर कॉस्टलियर पर किलोमीटर देन व्हाट दे आर डूइंग बाय इसरो टुडे. सो दैट इज द चेंज. ये चेंज कैसा हुआ? ये चेंज जब भारत के हमारा वैज्ञानिकों, भारत के हमारा एंटरप्रेन्योर्स को जब हमने स्कोप दिया, ये शुरू हुआ. सो दे सेम पीपल. So what was happening? Why MSMEs were suffering? Today MSME, we proudly say 33% of the employment is provided by the MSME, 45% of the export is done by MSME. All these things were telling why it was not so rapidly happening previously. Because entire thing, I think DRDO chairman, I think he accepts what I say, entire components we used to import. Today, nearly about 15,315 items of the defense PSUs and the service, they have been reserved for the domestic manufacturers, especially for the MSMEs. तो आप लोग मैन्युफैक्चर कर सकते, आप लोग मैन्युफैक्चर कर भी रहे हैं. That has been proven in Operation Sindoor recently. कैसे हुआ, कब मारा, हमारा एनिमी कंट्री को पता भी नहीं चला. हम नमाज करके भारत को फिर से अटैक करने का सोचा था, लेकिन उससे पहले ही वो लोग हमको अटैक करके खत्म कर दिया. And this is the all items and the components which have been supplied either to the ISRO or to the any other organization, DRDO. They have been supplied by many of them. They have been supplied by our own MSME and domestic manufacturing के द्वारा इसका सप्लाई हो गया है. So that means अगर हम हमारे युवा को, हमारा एंटरप्रेन्योर्स को, if you give them proper scope and opportunity, that is possible. That is being proved. So what is needed for that? One is good law and order, good infrastructure, pani, or mainly power. Means I am talking about इलेक्ट्रिक पावर. पॉलिटिकल पावर हमारे साथ है, हमारे साथ और बहुत दिनों तक रहने वाला है. वो भी इसमें हमारे हमको कोई चिंता नहीं. Continuation of the policy stability, continuation of the policy reforms. These are the things. See, about infrastructure. हमारा देश में पोर्ट में, लॉजिस्टिक में इतना प्रॉब्लम होता था, अभी भी है, लेकिन the logistic cost worldwide it is nearly about 4%, 6%, 8%. In India it is 12%. So now there is a task force which is constituted by Honorable Prime Minister. At the outset by 2032 we want to reduce it by 8% and subsequently between 4 to 6%. Logistic time, logistic turnaround time means on everything एक सोचने का शुरू हुआ है. स्टार्टअप कितना था? स्टार्टअप 350 था 2014 में. हमने सिर्फ माहौल क्रिएट किया. हमारे यंग लड़के क्या क्या किया? There are more than 1,25,000 startups today and more than 17 lakh employees only by the startup they have been provided. तो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, ये सूर्य का तेज पहले भी था, लेकिन उसमें सूर्य का इस किरण में तेज है ये दिखाने के लिए भी मोदी जी को आना पड़ा. So what was the generation in 2014? It was 2.8 gigawatt. What is the generation today? It is 128 gigawatt. Module manufacturing. There was no manufacturing. Today module manufacturing is 128 gigawatt. 27 gigawatt cell and we are. हमने अभी ट्रेजेक्टरी बना रहे हैं for manufacturing of ingots, wafer and polysilicon compounds. तो हमारा कंसर्न है, आज के दिन में चर्चा बहुत चलता है, रेयर अर्थ परमानेंट मैग्नेट हमको नहीं मिल रहा है, क्रिटिकल मिनरल्स हमको नहीं मिल रहा है. तो कई मिनरल्स हमारे पास है, लेकिन क्रिटिकल मिनरल्स हमारे देश के लिए व्हाट आर द क्रिटिकल मिनरल्स, दिस वाज आल्सो नॉट डिसाइडेड. द क्रिटिकल मिनरल्स, व्हाट इज द क्रिटिकल लिस्ट ऑफ द क्रिटिकल मिनरल्स फॉर इंडिया, इट इज डिसाइडेड आफ्टर 2014. So, what are the changes? Now, the approach of the government is, India is not just, it not only consumes, India will create, that is our commitment. India will not only import, India will manufacture, and India is not, doesn't manufacture for itself, India manufactures for itself, and India manufactures for the world, that is the idea today. And we are the only people in the world where we have got a lot of advantage, democratic dividend. तो मैं अभी जर्मनी गया था. जर्मनी में एक एनर्जी कॉन्फ्रेंस था. एनर्जी कॉन्फ्रेंस में एक उधर के एक बिजनेसमैन, one businessman from the German, he was from the Hamburg itself. He was staying in the hotel. His house was next to his hotel, and he met me after the हमारा बायलैटरल कॉन्फ्रेंस वगैरह होने के बाद वो मेरे साथ मुलाकात करते ऐसे लिफ्ट में आया. Then I thought after leaving to me up to my doorstep he may go back, but he also went to the next room and he stayed there. And next day morning again he met me in the conference. I asked him, "You are from this same place? Why you are staying here?" He said, "मेरा घर इधर ही है." "क्यों घर नहीं जाते हो?" "मेरा फैमिली के साथ इसी होटल में." "क्यों?" तो मेरा उस टाइम इट वाज अ टाइम ऑफ द कोल्ड टाइम, इट वाज ठंड का समय था. तो ही सेड, मेरा घर के हीटर खराब हो गया है, मैंने रिपेयर क्यों नहीं किया? मैंने रिपेयर करने के लिए टेक्नीशियन को बोला, लेकिन उन्होंने 6 सप्ताह के बाद मुझे समय दिया है. He has given appointment after 6 weeks. Means there are no people. What is the bilateral? Bilateral में एक काम था, हमको अच्छे टेक्नीशियंस को भेज दो एनर्जी के सेक्टर में, हमको अच्छे इंजीनियर्स को भेज दो, हमको अच्छे मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इक्विपमेंट, अच्छे इक्विपमेंट तैयार करके भारत से भेज दो. तो हमको दुनिया से और कहीं थोड़ा थोड़ा मिलता है, लेकिन क्रेडिबिलिटी ऑफ इंडिया टुडे वी कैन बेट अपॉन द क्रेडिबिलिटी एंड द क्रेडेंशियल ऑफ इंडिया. दिस इज द सिचुएशन इन द वर्ल्ड टुडे. वी हैव अ लॉट ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटी. So that's why the Modi government has decided 70% of the defense equipment, which is referred to by DRDO chairman, 70% were imported. Today, 90% is almost indigenous production. Bulletproof jackets were used to be imported. So we have decided that whatever possible, we should manufacture it, and it is happening. स्टार्टअप से लेके पेटेंट तक क्या क्या बदलाव हुआ है, दैट वी आर एबल टू सी इट नाउ. डिफेंस एक्सपोर्ट पूरे से पूरे इंपोर्ट ही होता था. नाउ 34 टाइम्स डिफोर्ट एक्सपोर्ट हैज इंक्रीज्ड. तो INS विक्रांत This is the symbol of the India's defense self-reliance. तो ये भारत में तैयार हो गए. So they are giving the opportunities to India, and for that we are creating, as I said, power, electric power, affordable electric power, infrastructure, road, rail, ports, airports. There we are working. And rail में waterways. मैं अभी just I came from the 2-3 days back I came from the northeast. Northeast में waterways का इतना बहुत बड़ा एक opportunity है, अभी भी है. But before 2014 there was only one waterway. Today there are 20 waterways in the northeast. 20 waterways. तो इसके लिए शिप बिल्डिंग ये सब अभी काम भारत में शिप ब्रेकिंग का भी काम हो रहा है. शिप ब्रेकिंग करके रिसाइकलिंग का, शिप बिल्डिंग का भी काम हो रहा है. एंड आप देखिए हमारा सोच कैसा था इस एपीआई में फार्मास्यूटिकल इंडस्ट्री में. दिस एपीआई वाज केप्ट अंडर द रेड जोन. तो इसलिए सब एपीआई चले गए ना चाइना को. अभी हमको एपीआई से मंगाना पड़ता, फार्मास्यूटिकल अब इसको हमको उधर से मांगना पड़ता है. So we are trying to manufacture that also here. The solar manufacturing, electricity manufacturing, electricity generation, and ड्रोन के बारे में. ड्रोन मैन्युफैक्चरिंग करने के लिए, ड्रोन चलाने के लिए इतना परमिशन का इतना टोटल रेड टेपिज्म इतना ज्यादा था. अभी ड्रोन से हमारे गांवों में ड्रोन दीदी हमारा मीन्स वुमेन्स ऑफ द a common villager in the world, they are operating the drones today, and there are more than 300 drone manufacturers are there in India today itself. आज के दिन में 300 ड्रोन मैन्युफैक्चरर्स. तो दुनिया भी चाहते हैं कि भारत इनको सप्लाई करे. So we should become good manufacturing hub. To become that manufacturing hub, government is doing many things. See, for example, I can quote one more example. Toy. एक खिलौना विदेश से आता थे और वो खिलौने में भी हेल्थ अवेयरनेस बहुत था, लेकिन सोचते नहीं थे, लेकिन वही खिलौना खरीदते थे. लेकिन खिलौना का एक पीएलआई बना दिया. Now, previously 90% of the toys were imported. Today, more than 60% of the toys are exported, and more than 40% of the toys market in the world is captured by India today. भारत के टॉय मार्केट में हमारे कहां से द्वापर युग से हमारे पास कृष्ण के जो हम देखते हैं, कृष्ण भगवान को उनका बाल लीला को देखते हैं, तब से खिलौना के बारे में हमारा देश में है. लेकिन खिलौना हम इंपोर्ट करते थे. प्रधानमंत्री जी ने बोला हम खिलौना इंपोर्ट नहीं करेंगे. आज मोर देन 60% हमारा एक्सपोर्ट है. मोबाइल क्रांति शुरू है कि 25 years, 26 years हो गया, लेकिन मोबाइल almost all the mobile we were importing, and people who are looking mobile now also, that मैं अभी भी ऐसे कर रहे हैं ना, आपके जो मोबाइल है, that mobile is manufactured in India today, and 30% of the market in the world mobile market is in India today. And हमने जो एप्पल का जो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग किया, एप्पल का तो मोर देन 80% in March, April and May, whatever were exported to US as far as Apple is concerned. तो ये जब हमको मौका मिल रहा है, चेंजेस भारत में हो रहे हैं. So what I say is, हमको क्वालिटी पैकिंग, जीरो डिफेक्ट, जीरो इफेक्ट जो प्रधानमंत्री जी ने कहा. व्हाट इज जीरो डिफेक्ट? हमारे प्रोडक्ट में जीरो डिफेक्ट रहना चाहिए. व्हाट इज जीरो इफेक्ट? एनवायरमेंट में कुछ इफेक्ट नहीं रहना चाहिए. Now we have put the target. I think Baba Kalyani appreciates that. We have targeted 300 million tons of this steel manufacturing by 2030. Am I right? So that to manufacture that, at least some percentage of that, how we can meet it. Green steel, that is the thought process it is today, we should address it. Why? Because there is a carbon tax is going to come in many European and Western countries. So we have to address all these things. हम लोगों को सरकार जो भी करना है, मैं आपको इतना ही आश्वस्त करना चाहता हूँ, whether it is productive linked incentive from semiconductor to chips, Government of India, Government of the day, under the leadership of Prime Minister, we are there with you, and for any administrative decision and any policy decision, you can come to us. But at the same time, इनोवेटिव कैसे करना चाहिए, कैसे वर्ल्ड मार्केट हमको कैप्चर करना चाहिए, तो उसके लिए कुछ पॉलिसी में चेंज करना है तो हम लोगों को बताइए, वी आर देयर। तो एवरी मिनिस्टर हमें कंप्लायंसेस भी कम करने के लिए, so I am telling you one thing, Krishna, I think you should also listen to this. Every cabinet minister has to report to the Prime Minister in respective ministry compliances. जो साइन करके ये दे दो, साइन करके वो दे दो, वो डॉक्यूमेंट लाओ, ये डॉक्यूमेंट लाओ, ये सब जो बोलते थे ना, हमारे डिपार्टमेंट में कितना कम किया है वो हमको हर कैबिनेट में we need to give report to the Prime Minister. So if you do not reduce the compliances in every quarter, at least 1 or 2 compliances अगर कम नहीं करते हैं तो प्रधानमंत्री बोलते हैं आपके डिपार्टमेंट के आप माइंड अप्लाई करके काम नहीं करते हैं. So he wants that trust based governance. सबको लिखित में दे दो, बॉन्ड पेपर में दे दो, तो ये खत्म करो. हमारे इंडस्ट्री के ऊपर, हमारे लोगों के ऊपर विश्वास रखो और हमारे जीडीपी बढ़ना चाहिए. मैन्युफैक्चरर फॉर इंडिया, मैन्युफैक्चरर इन इंडिया फॉर द ग्लोब, ये स्लोगन है ना, मेक इन इंडिया. ये हमारा स्लोगन नहीं है, ये हमारा कमिटमेंट है. That's why we are able to, whether it is in modules, whether it is in drones, whether it is in new startups, ऐसे many sectors we have started. Our beginning has been well, and in coming days, further there will be positive reforms in favor of industry, in favor of poor people, and I am quite confident that such events under the banner of Udyog, Bharati, IMS, you can showcase how successfully we are manufacturing such things. You can showcase. I am telling you one example. अश्वगंधा का एक बहुत जड़ी बूटी का एक इसमें मैंने अच्छा पैकिंग किया, एक हैदराबाद के लड़का. When nobody had imagined, but he started that. He is earning, his turnover is 400 crores in very, very short time. That has appeared in some magazine also. So these are the things which you can imagine. दुनिया क्या चाहते हैं, कैसे हम जीरो इफेक्ट का कर सकते हैं, ये सोच के जब हम आगे बढ़ते हैं, भारत को बहुत बड़ा मौका है. क्योंकि हमारे पास डेमोग्राफिक है, हमारे पास काम करने के लिए लोग हैं, हमारे पास क्षमता है. हाँ, कुछ तो विषय है उसमें, तो रेयर अर्थ मैग्नेट में हो, रेयर अर्थ एलिमेंट में हो, क्रिटिकल मिनरल्स में, बट आई एम क्वाइट कॉन्फिडेंट भारत में हम रेयर अर्थ का और क्रिटिकल मिनरल्स का भी मिशन शुरू किया है. क्रिटिकल मिनरल्स का माइनिंग भी वेरी शॉर्टली शुरू होगा. जो भी नहीं है, भारत को दुनिया से लाने का हिम्मत आज के दिन में है. एंड टुगेदर वी शुड बिकम, we are going to become the third largest economy in very shortly. And after once we become the third largest economy, you imagine our competition will be the two very big economies. So we are going to become third largest economy, इसमें कोई डाउट नहीं है. प्रधानमंत्री जी भी कल परसों फिर से एक बार जिक्र किया है. So when we become the third largest economy, our competition will be with very big economies. So very big giants. When we want to compete with those people, हमारा mindset क्या रहना चाहिए वो सोचना है. क्योंकि पहले से हमारा एक mindset बना के रखा था, जो भी कंपैरिजन करना है पाकिस्तान से करते थे. ये बहुत एक मानसिक दारिद्रता बन गया था. So today there is no question, वो कौन सा देश है ये? पाकिस्तान एक देश ही नहीं है. तो उनके साथ हमारा कंपैरिजन पहले करते थे. आज that comparison never goes. We need to come because to become 2 trillion economy, it took us 2014-15. Now we are 4 trillion economy and we are going to become 5 trillion economy, and by 2032 and 33 we are going to become 10 trillion economy. तो सोच बड़ा सोचो, जैसे सरकार बड़ा सोच रहे मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में, आप भी बड़ा सोचो. Don't think of small things. With these words, I once again congratulate Laghu Udyog Bharati and IMS for having organized successfully for 7 times, more than 15 years it has been now done. It has proved its useful existence. I once again thank them, wish them all the best for the next event also.
Concluding at this group of slides, they will be like, they will just all of you please stay back because after group of slides we'll be having the national anthem. So please stay back.
Good afternoon, Namaskar, respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. On behalf of India Exposition Mart and Udyog Bharati, it is my privilege to extend our heartfelt gratitude to each one of you for joining us today at the inaugural function of the 7th edition of the India Manufacturing Show IMS 2025. India's premier platform empowering manufacturing, innovation and driving MSME competitiveness. We are deeply honored by the presence of our chief guest and guest of honor who have graced this occasion and inspired the manufacturing fraternity with their vision, guidance and support. Your address, in fact, has rather converted not as an inauguration session but more as a knowledge session, and such a presence of the entire country. So I thank all of you on the dais, of the dais. We are also thankful to the presence of the senior leaders of the Rashtra Swayamsevak Sangh, because of whose support IMS 25 has gained huge momentum. I thank you on behalf of India Exposition Mart and Udyog Bharati. We also extend our sincere thanks to our supporting associations whose partnership has added immense value and reach to IMS 2025. Each of these associations have played a key role in encouraging their member industries and bringing together the manufacturing ecosystem to showcase India's industrial and technological progress. Our sincere gratitude to our banking partner, Canara Bank, our associate partner and ACE Micromatic Group, INSCON, conference partners, Solar Industries, Bharat Forge, L&T, Precision Engineering and Systems for their invaluable support. We thank BIEC. We are grateful and acknowledge the Ministry of MSME, Ministry of Defence, DRDO, Defence, Public Sector Undertaking, ISRO, CSIR, Government of Karnataka, Government of Goa for their pavilion, Government of UP for their pavilion, and several other government departments for their guidance, cooperation, and engagement in shaping IMS 2025. A special word of thanks to our dynamic and active Shri HVS Krishnaji, Chairman IMS Foundation, for his visionary leadership and advisory board, Shri Prasannaji as the President of the Laghu Udyog Bharati. Due to the overwhelming response from the industry, as Krishnaji has already informed that the next edition is from 11 to 30 November, so please be part of the edition. Once again, I thank all of you present here, and particularly the press and media. I also request you to please join us for a lunch at the Lagoon and Foyer area for this conference center. Thank you. Thank you very much.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जगति तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगल नायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे
Thank you very much. The dignitaries will now move towards inauguration of the exhibition. Heroes, please.